Good morning. Apparently I forgot the code. All right. So last time I was out here working on stuff, I got the last of the drawers built. I have a few things that I'm going to do first that are customer orders, and then I start tackling some more of that plywood pile in the corner. Specifically the stuff right next to the laser table, because that stuff has been milled up in order to be the drawer faces. So a whole bunch of this stuff here. A while ago I kind of cut it to rough lengths so that it's reasonably close to what I needed, or it was the right height, it's not the right length. So they need to be cut to length. I need to sand the edges so that they're not rough, so they're smooth, round the edges just slightly, and then just attach them. So we should be able to get a whole bunch of these done. I've been waiting for this for a while. Okay, I'm gonna plug in the branding iron, and while I wait for it to warm up, I'm going to start sanding all these pieces. I've got, a while ago, I milled up a bunch that were they were the right height. I milled them all to the right height. So on most of these drawers, you've got a 3-inch drawer at the top. I think it's a 10-inch and then a 15, if I remember correctly. I have to check that. None of my material is big enough for the bottom drawer. So all those have to be glued up. Biscuited and glued. But I have material that is tall enough for the top one and the middle one. So I'm going to do those. As soon as I get this set up. Branding at this end, sand at that end. The idea is I'm recreating this. This is not the final look of what it's going to be, but all the drawers are made out of this material because I have it, it's free, and I have more than enough fit. So, I need to cut it to size, and then just sand the edges. This is rough plywood, it's exposed edge plywood, and I'm okay with that. That's not a problem. What I do have a problem with is this stuff, which is super rough. It's gonna get caught on things, it's gonna get stuff stuck to it because it's gonna get into the fibers. So all that needs to be sanded. So this one, I'm pretty sure, is one of the smaller ones. And basically, I'm just going to cut it to size. This is one of the longest drawers I have, so it's almost the size. And then this will get attached like that. I'm still not 100% sold on what drawer handles I want, but as I attach these, they're going to go the same way as the other ones and just have a little screw to pull on. until I figure out what drawer handles I want. But we will do that. I'm going to get all the little ones done and attached, and then if I have time, maybe start gluing up some of the big ones, because those are going to need a whole lot of clamps. Okay, so supposedly I milled all of these to the right size. They're all milled to 4.5. The drawers are 3 inches. The drawer box is 3 inches. The space, because of it needing to cover the top of the cabinet, is 4 inches. Those are all milled to 4.5, which is way too big. The slightly bigger ones were supposed to be milled for these drawers, which are slightly bigger. These are the only ones that don't follow the same pattern as tiny one, medium one, big one. These ones are evenly spaced so that I can get the small paint cans in. But these ones need like 8.5. And those pieces up there are milled to 7. So I don't know what I was thinking or what I was doing. Luckily I'll be able to use those for something else, and I got more materials. Apparently it's a table saw first. Okay, questions have been answered. So I had 6 of them piled up there. I didn't notice the top 2 were cut differently. The bottom 4, which there's 4 drawers that size, which would make sense. I don't know why I had 6 there. They are the right size, slightly oversized, so I just cut them down. It looks like I just cut everything a little bit bigger than I needed to, so I thought I cut them to the right heights. Apparently I didn't. That's fine. They're cut to the right heights. I'm doing all of the top ones first. I'm going to get them done, attached, and then that way I can use spacers to space the other ones down. Most of the time when I'm making drawer units, I'll mount the bottom drawer face first, and then that way you can use gravity to just hold a spacer in between and just rest the next one on. I'm not doing that. I'm starting from the top. I'm going to make up my life harder for myself. So, putting spacers at the top. Yeah, I've numbered them so that I know which ones go where, since they're all slightly different. And also, while I was cutting these and while I was marking them, what you saw me doing was I put them on the drawer face. I marked them from the edge, one edge to the other of the cabinet, the full cabinet, with the box, not just the drawer face. Marked that, and then in order to have enough spacing to make sure that all the drawers clear each other and they don't rub, I use my table saw or chop saw to cut on the opposite side of the line. So say this is my drawer face and my cabinet goes to, say, here. Normally you'd cut so that your saw blade fits on this side of the line. I put my saw blade on this side of the line, which meant that my drawer actually came to about there. That little bit of gap is more than enough, especially added to the ones next to it, to make sure that it clears the drawers next to it and top and bottom, all that kind of stuff, just to make sure that it doesn't rub, it doesn't get stuck. Hopefully that was clearer than mud. Explanation for you. Now I'm going to sand these and get them mounted. edges are all nice and pretty and sanded. I also knocked the corners off just a little. So the next step of putting on drawer faces is normally putting them on in such a way that you don't mark up the front. I've seen guys use like double-sided tape. I've seen them use different clamp systems. I'm not planning on doing that. I'm just going to nail it through the face. And before I have anyone freak out, the other reason is because this is reclaimed material and there's already little pinholes and stuff, screw holes, all that kind of stuff throughout this anyways, so it all needs to be puttied. And the other thing is, I'm planning on painting all of these drawer faces. This is really beautiful wood, but again, it's reclaimed, it's whatever I happen to have. So I'm still going to paint it because I've got more than enough wood exposed in the shop. We've got the beautiful rafters, we've got the log cabin walls, I've got the countertops, which are plywood, but they're, you know, they're coated, clear coated to show off the beauty of the grain. I do not need wood drawer faces on top of that. I need more color in here and something to break up the very woody feel. Yes, that's what I work with. Yes, this is a wood shop, but you can have too much of a good thing. So this is also going to make it easier for me because I basically just need to hold it in place, nail it, 1 or 2 nails, and then I can be able to pull the drawer face out and screw it from the back. It also means that if I put screws through the front to put a handle on it temporarily, I don't really care because I can putty it later. I can't believe I'm getting this done!